with like Zandomo and Doorstop and people of that ilk. I know she had a really crazy Game 5 last hit set with Fair Play, and they always go really close, but she ended up winning that, so that's who's going to be here on our winner side, round 1.
And we have Skeleton on the other side, coming out of Texas. Recently got ranked top 100, I believe, 60th, if I'm not mistaken. Very, very good stuff. Going to be one for the books right now as we get started off.
Yeah, not surprised so far. Just trying to like space Skeleton out, but the first confirm is here. Wyvern barely going to be able to survive that. Fell off a little bit too far from that spike, but still 85% is a huge problem. We do have Wing on deck, but yeah, Wyvern's going to have to be really careful.
Yeah, and here we are getting onto the platform. Hard for Kazuya to get off. Love that footstool out of shield. Been great this past year, seeing players implement that so much more. Such a great option for characters like Sephiroth, who don't really have necessarily the best out of shield options. I mean, you have Nair, but it still is punishable on hit a lot of the time. I love that grab plank, but still, nonetheless, the grab comes.
Yeah.
Skeleton will be taking the first stock.
And honestly, that move is so strong for like characters. Normal weight Seth is a little bit lighter, so losing that around like 118-ish, that's probably about right for this matchup. Either way, Wyvern's got a lot of damage here. Of course, going to DI out really far on that back throw. Don't want to get clipped by that back air. A lot of people get messed up there, but Skeleton just needs his up smash, and that's going to do it. Reverse angle to mess with the DI, and that's a pretty solid lead for Skeleton already.
Yeah, it's so scary. All it takes is being a little bit too close on that ledge, and just if you're not prepared, Kazuya can take those stocks in an instant. And I mean, Skeleton, an expert of this character.
Yeah, and we were chatting a little bit about this matchup, and she was like, it's like okay-ish, but Sephiroth has great buttons, but even at that range, they still feel kind of middle. Great dare right there, by the way. So even just missing that F tilt, taking 50%, which was lucky instead of dying, the risk reward in this matchup is like really, really far in Kazuya's favor, and I think that's the biggest problem.
That up B was a crazy commit from Wyvern, but still worked out. And once again, Skeleton off stage. It's just been hard for Wyvern to like capitalize off of that. Skeleton just making it back, and you know, Kazuya wants to be on stage.
Exactly. And we were saying earlier, out of shield options from Sephiroth, kind of lackluster. Like even that aerial out of shield almost got Wyvern killed. And right now, Skeleton's so comfortable in this lead, just throwing out these dragon uppercuts, seeing what's going to happen. Wyvern in a pretty good position for this edge guard. I think Skeleton was a little overwhelmed there, so we do have stocks even at least.
Yeah, Ben feeling it out throughout the set, and you got to remember. Oh wait, never mind. Wing's gone. I was going to say Wyvern coming from behind, but still, like, pause. 85%, now at 100. That's not going to be dead going in that direction. Skeleton shaking the head, maybe a misinput.
Yeah, I think it was for sure.
Yeah. Ooh, and yeah, staying away from the ledge. Gonna get hit by that side B.
Nice.
Getting very close. I mean, Wyvern back in this, looking like the favorite to take this stock right now. But Skeleton, again, just fighting off this ledge, holding on by the skin of his teeth.
Nice.
Good counter, and it's untechable.
That was so smart. Like, so here's the thing. Kazuya off stage is like a lot better than people think. It's one of those things where like his recovery doesn't feel that oppressive to you, the person trying to edge guard him, but he always has a way back.
Exactly.
But Wyvern did such a good job of picking her shots and just being really, really calculated on like when to throw something out. We saw the dare was a huge payoff from the first stock, but the counter, I didn't think the counter was going to force that to be untechable, so that was a huge, really, really big comeback for Wyvern. Because I think she was down 2 stocks when this match started off.
Oh yeah, no. So fully figured that out in the middle of the set. And I mean, well, okay. Had to catch my breath. Scary stuff there.
Very scary. Now, Seph does have a lot of vertical recovery. Not the most, but a good enough amount, so barely going to be able to survive that by honestly just a few percent. And we're seeing the second confirm here. We get the first tech. There's not a whole lot you can do about it on that platform. The Skeleton's going to take that first stock.
Yeah, it's all she wrote. Again, that laser going to stop Wyvern, but not going to be one to do it. Continuing to go out there and stop Skeleton's high recoveries, which Skeleton has been willing to do after being scared off by that counter at the end of that last game. Skeleton started going high, and Wyvern catching on, aware.
And that's really good for conditioning, too, because we've seen 2 really big punishes from Skeleton going low, but if you're also dying high, then you're not really comfortable in any position, and Wyvern just has to kind of just, like, react. Because Kazuya's recovery is good, but it is a little bit slow and predictable. So.
Exactly. Ooh, tech situation. Gets that jab follow-up. Good coverage there. I mean, here we go. Back to neutral.
Really important jab there, too, because any one kind of scramble that Kazuya wins out on can just lead to so much.
That's a stop. You can't play those like scary interactions with Kazuya.
No, you cannot box with that man.
You cannot.
You can't make me. I refuse. All right, Wyvern trying to find some interesting ways back to the ledge with the falling up air, which is a really, really strong part of Sephiroth's kit, but unfortunately the command grab is going to come out. That's going to give Skeleton the lead once again. Twice we've seen the sour spot of that up smash, but the sweet spot F tilt will do it, and we do have ourselves once again an even game.
Exactly, yeah. Wyvern not once letting Skeleton get any real significant leads this set, as opposed to last time. I mean, here we go, though. I mean, Skeleton wanting to close it out, using those electrics to get Wyvern out of shield, but again, these reversals, making it out of these Kazuya combos, it's just so impressive and continues working out in Wyvern's favor. No burps there, gets the forward air to cover the up B, but now here we go, back to neutral.
There have been so many interactions where just a couple pixels difference could have been the last stock for Wyvern. A couple extra chances there, especially getting the rarely seen sour spot on that electric. But Skeleton was able to close it up after all. I think a big thing here was that the first tech was a lot more prevalent in the second game than the first.
Yeah.
And Sephiroth is pretty tall too, so I could definitely see Seth struggling on like PS2 and SBF just because like it's so easy to end up underneath there or on top of there because of Kazuya. But we have ourselves a 1-1 game here. Again, like you said, Skeleton recently ranked in the top 100 from the Lumi rank. To no one's surprise, honestly, super talented player.
Yeah,
so.
and it's been traveling this past year too. Up to the Midwest a lot. We don't see many players doing as much these days. And as obviously opposed to here, we've got some great talent here today. Skeleton being no exception.
Yeah, Skeleton, honestly, a super talented player, and because of the weather, some other like high name players like Wrath and Jazzo weren't able to make it up.
Yeah,
so the people that were in that like Cola, that was the other big one. Yeah, so
very
the people
unfortunate.
that were in that like 9 to 16 spot on the preliminary seeding, this got a lot better for them. And Skeleton's definitely someone that I can see taking full advantage.
Yeah, but they're just barely missing the recovery. Unfortunate. Again, not really able to get too much extra credit off of these leads.
All right, here's the first one, but doesn't get the spike that we need to see the combo continue. Wyvern still remaining pretty calm. Unfortunately, that might do it. Yep, first tech once again. Easy cleanup with the up B, and even with good DI, not a whole lot Steph can do about it. So Skeleton looking pretty good right now, just one confirm away from winning game 3.
Yeah, I've got a fun drinking game for this set. Every time Skeleton hits a first tech on Wyvern and takes it, take a drink, you know? It keeps happening, and it's gonna happen again.
Well, there is a bar in this venue, so don't get me messed up before. I might be messed up before the second round of winners here.
I know, yeah, I might have done us in right now.
Might have got cooked.
It's okay. The up tilt, nothing off of it, not wanting to commit to anything unsafe. That not leading into a tech situation. Skeleton trying to read that from Wyvern, but just making it off once more.
All right, Nair to Bear was a great idea from Wyvern. She's done such a good job of just catching Skeleton's landing, but like I said at the very beginning, the risk reward is very far in Kazuya's favor because just one F tilt being spot dodge led to a full stop because of electric.
That one more reset to neutral, that one missed tech chase, that's all it takes, and Skeleton knows that and has the ability to punish and capitalize.
Yeah, so 2-1, and a pretty hard fought 2-1 at the beginning, but Skeleton definitely coming alive here, looking like the threat that we already know that he is. I kind of wonder if we're going to see the stages swap. Not sure exactly what stage, but I mean, we are on the 4th game on PS2, so I don't know. But yeah.
Wyvern still feeling comfortable. I mean, been able to take stocks and stay really neck and neck with Skeleton up until this point. It's just been a lot of that, as we've said over and over, that skewed risk reward.
Yeah. 69. Oh.
That extension would have been crazy off of the Nair, but Wyvern holding out, able to make it away.
Yeah, and good presence of mind, too, because I wasn't sure if the up B killed at 69. I think Skeleton would know those percents a little better than I would, so I tried to force that reset, and it almost paid off huge.
Here we go, just working in, trying to punish that, but even those committal options from Kazuya, that end lag, it's just not there like it is for a character with spikes. like Sephiroth, but it doesn't matter. Get a hard read, get a kill, get back in the game.
Exactly. That's the old school. That's the early Seth stuff. Like, there's a couple knowledge traps where if you're not sure when you should air dodge, Seth can just steal your stock at like 50. But definitely needed that stay competitive here. Skeleton finding another huge opening. Here comes the Furps tech. Able to get the shield out just in time, and Wyvern's got another opportunity. And nearly a stock with that wing sweet spot up there.
Really close there and just running back, trying to pressure. Oh no! The hurt box shifting, the invincibility on Kazuya's electric on the upper body beat out that Sephiroth grab. That could have been the stock, but I mean, finding it later.
Yeah.
It's just time and time again, these little mistakes, just little misses, keep on leading to Skeleton taking these stocks before Wyvern. No matter the map, I mean, even though Wyvern's able to continue following up afterwards, Skeleton's getting them first, and that's really just been the difference this game.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of little mistakes, though, that F'd off the stage, that was a pretty big punish, killing Kazuya at only 100. Trying again.
Oh my god.
That's unfortunate.
That was it. It was written in the books, but the overcharge on the up B is all it takes.
Yeah, it's even percents, but it is not an even game. As you know how these characters work here. You see Wyvern working so hard, narrowly avoiding these kill moves.
Oh my gosh, but the spot dodge punish, going for the committal option.
That was actually really, really good. Like, even though the offense from Skeleton has been so crazy, Wyvern's done such a good job of just like taking these little neutral interactions, just getting as much as she can. And just like they say, offense sells tickets, defense wins championships. Like, she really has done such a good job of responding to the crazy pressure the Skeletons put out here. So I'm glad that we're in a Game 5 because it has been an insane match so far.
Yeah, no, I'm happy to see this round go the distance. And I mean, the entire distance spent on PS2. You gotta mention it. I can't help it. It's the Smash Ultimate.
It really is, right? The illusion of choice. It's just two stages that are both dual plats, honestly.
Yeah, you can't help it. It just keeps happening. Oh my god, almost a tech situation there. I know there's some weird Kazuya tech there of wiggling out of like fall really quick. He can do it faster than other characters. I forget what it's called. Yeah, that's what happened there. That would have been a tech situation from Wyvern, but Skeleton wiggled out of it. I know.
Oh wow.
Suspect, the Kazuya from Michigan, now playing Korin, but did that a bunch.
Interesting. Yeah, and honestly, it only takes so many opportunities. But despite that, great plays from Wyvern. She's so locked in on like Skeleton's defensive habits. This is crazy.
These air dodges keep getting punished over and over. It's just dialed in right now.
That's it though. Only eating a fair instead of what we thought would be the up B. Just got another chance here.
Exactly. Popping the totem of undying, you know, making it out again. The monkey's paw curls once more.
For real.
Able to hold on. Could have. Okay, not the 3-beat. If that happened again, I would have been up out of the chair.
And that was full FGC head shake right there. Like went for the nair, but the in ball from Electric
the
did it.
That time.
Yeah.
And there we go. The first full 0 to death at the set to close it off. That seal on the letter. That's all it took.
Yeah, and that's one of those things too, where it's like even losing that Game 5, you're like, oh, that was